All right, here it is from Canakit. Hiding my address there. I didn't realize Canakit's from Canada. So I ordered this on Pi Day. I just got it today, like a couple hours ago. So what is that? Today's the 18th or 19th, and we ordered it on the 14th. Anyways, we're gonna open this thing up. We're gonna load it with Motion Blue, and we're gonna check it out. First, I just want to do an unboxing really quick. So Canakit comes in a really big box. You open it up. There's a little bit of styrofoam in there. You get your Pi in the cute little box, and then they give you the styrofoam. Then you get the little quick start guide. Boom. The quick start guide is the same one. You can see that's Raspberry Pi 3, the old one, on the picture there. So this is just the same thing you'd get when you ordered the old Raspberry Pi. So here it is. You go ahead and you open it up. Ooh, boy. So it is the same price as the previous one, but as we're seeing, there is a big demand for this right now, so they're hard to get. I ended up paying $52 for mine because it was like $14 shipping or something like that. Let's see how close we can get there. So there you have it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, there we go. So I believe this is the 5G. That's where the 5G Wi-Fi is coming from. That's the new heatsink with the overclocked processor. You still have your Wi-Fi over here. The Pi logo has been moved. You have the GPIO pins here, and then you have these 4 extra pins right here. That's power. What is it? Power over Ethernet or something like that. Where basically there's going to be an additional hat for you guys. You get that hat and you can then use it. The other thing is now with your Ethernet port, you're going to get way faster speeds. And I'm looking forward to testing that. As far as fitment, it is the same. Fitment for the most part. The thing that kind of sucks though, is with like heat sinks and things like that, they're not going to fit. But I actually have a Kentaro case over here, Super NES Kentaro case. And I'm going to be doing this video in this case because check this out. What I did was I just laid the case in there like normal. And they have this little heat sink that a lot of people like. And does cool your Pi down about 18 degrees at full load. And what happened though is that these 4 legs on this heatsink don't fit on here because of these new GPIO pins in the corner. So what I did was I cut off the corner right there. And so now, once this goes on here, oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. The other thing is the Ethernet port doesn't line up exactly, but the processor does. So here you go. I'm actually able to use this heatsink on this. So what I do is I'm super ghetto rigging this, and I have 3 volts. But let me just screw these in really quick. But will I be overclocking? Probably. And how am I going to do it? I'm just going to use this heatsink right here. All I got to do is screw this in. So your old cases may or may not work. This is the Kentaro case. It's in my Amazon list. Super Kuma. All right, so check this out. So now we've got our brand new Pi 3. And I mean, look at this, it's stuck in there. That's a good fit. I don't know how well you can see that. So I got a nice beefy heat sink on the brand new Pi 3. So this one's running at 1.4 gigahertz, same amount of RAM. But I want to start this first off video just showing you the brand new Pi. Make sure you guys know I'm running on this Pi. And we'll load it up with some games in just a second. But there you go. There it is. Once you're able to get these for $35 out the door, there'd be no reason why you'd want to buy the old one. Unless there's like an image or some software that only works on the old one and not this one. So we'll talk a little bit about the software, but basically your old images are not going to work on here. I've been hearing mixed things, but a lot of what I'm hearing is that you often do have to start new. You can't necessarily take a Raspberry Pi 3 non-B plus and use that OS on the B because this uses a stretch version of an operating system, so it's not the same. It won't boot. So let me go ahead and plug this in, and let's switch over to the Pi. We'll load this up with Motion Blue version 6, okay? So I'm plugging in my HDMI. I'm plugging in my power, I need to plug in my controller. I will be using Ethernet for this video, not I am going to be using Ethernet. I don't know if you guys can see. Kind of. I guess I need a little bit more slack. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm using HDMI, power, and I'll be using Ethernet for this as well. I hope you guys trust me, but I just want, in case people are like, you're not actually using a brand new Raspberry Pi. I am. All right, so let's power this on. All right, now I'm gonna go switch my screens here, boom. And there we are, we're booting up. This is Motion Blue version 6. I will post a link in the description to so you guys could get a hold of it, but it just dropped earlier today, I believe. David Marty. And what we're going to do is, it has nothing on it yet, so we're going to go ahead and load it up. In the meantime, though, I want to see what's going on in the chat here. Hey, guys. Hello, everyone. Whoa. All right. Can't use the same images. What a bummer. I'm seeing in the chat. What's up, everyone? What's up, Seven? What's up, Enzo? What's up, CGN? What's up, Josh? What's up, Cinelights? CGN, SS, Joshua, Retro Junkie, Brendan, Johnny. Cool. What an exciting time to be alive. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get our Logitech F710 controller hooked up here. Up, down, left, right. Start, select A, B, X, Y. All right, hotkey is gonna get into games and not get into games. All right, so here we are in a stock Motion Blue version 6 for the new Raspberry Pi. Let's start off by just downloading a theme, shall we? Let's download a brand new theme and just see how fast this internet's working. So if we do, like, for example, let's give Dwayne Hurst some love here. Cool little image builder, not image builder, but theme builder. Helps with a lot of the HyperPie and Motion Blue. David Marty, the author of Motion Blue. All right, so let's try Matblot. Let's try Greenalicious. Okay. Wow, that downloaded really fast. So the download speed was amazing. Now it's just the receiving of the objects that went by fast. So that's looking good so far. All right, so now we're gonna jump onto my computer and I'm just gonna transfer over some ROMs. I've made a lot of other videos like this one where I've here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and I've done a lot of other videos where I transfer over ROMs and just to let you know, I get like maybe 100 kilobytes per second, something like that. So this is one of the biggest advantages you're going to see with the new. All right, so we got the theme now, so it should work. UI settings, Hursty Blue. We now have Greenalicious, right? I'm not going to switch it over though, just because I don't want to waste any time with that. So we have the Pi, we have the heatsink on. It's stock clock. We burned an image with Motion Blue. Let's make sure the sound isn't blowing your ears out. And next, we're going to jump onto the computer and transfer over some games. There's two things that I think are going to be what we're about to see. One is that the transfer speed is going to be way faster. So I'm going to be transferring this over my network. So it's going from my desktop computer to my Pi via the network. So it should go pretty fast. And like I said in the past, it's been super slow. And then number two is we're going to transfer over some Nintendo 64 games, things like that, so we can see the difference. All right, so here we go. We're moving over to my computer. Here we are. Hey, everyone. Oh, it's on green screen mode, which is fine. All right, so we're on my computer. And let's go ahead and go to the network. Oh, Jesus. Turn on network discovery. Yes, we'll turn it on. Okay, cool. So RetroPie, and here is our Pi with Motion Blue that we were just on a second ago. And then here are my games. And let's just see how long it takes us to transfer over the whole Super Nintendo collection, which is, I think it's like a couple gigs. No, that's for the whole folder. So Super Nintendo's 244 gigabytes with video snaps. So that's with the ROMs and the video snaps. So those are these little movies, Three Ninjas Kick Back, things like that. Okay, so SNES. Let's go ahead and do Control A, Control C. Let's get Super Nintendo on here. Super Nintendo, Control V. Wow, that's really good, guys. I would only typically with the dump like this over my network before. See, there it goes. But that's just because it lost connection there for a second. Okay, now it found connection again. So it's still averaging like 13. It's like, I'm going to show your people, you're still going to have issues with me. This is actually still pretty good. This is actually amazing. Like I said, before I'd get about 1/10 of a megabyte on average transferring ROMs. That's why it's still a great idea to transfer ROMs via your USB thumb drive, or you could do it through the USB interface as well through like a hard drive or something like that. So my question to you guys is, what games do you guys want to see on Nintendo 64? Is there any Nintendo 64 games you guys want to see and see the performance? Let me know in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and finish. I'm gonna finish this percentage here, and then the next step is let's try some games that typically lag on the Pi. And then the third test is we can try to overclock this thing really quick and then play those same games again. That's kind of the plan, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and move back to the chat here. I'm going to go back to the Pi while these are transferring. So we're going to go back here. We're going to go to the Pi. All right, so I'm back on the Pi here, but I'm going to go look at the chat now while these are transferring. All right, I'm at 30% here, so it's going to take a little minute. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Okay, we could try Conker's Bad Fur Day. I think Super Smash Bros. Code Inc., that's a great idea because that's a game where it was kind of on the edge of working or not, so it'd be interesting to see which games work. What's up, Lorenzo? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the compliments. So, so far, Raspberry Pi 3 B+, it's a lot like the old one, just a little bit quicker. So nothing crazy. Case compatibility, as you're seeing here, I think you can make it work for a lot of the cases, for the majority, but we'll see. Yeah, so Pi 3B is Raspbian Jessie. It's a different operating system. Can I use my old images? Probably not. Probably not, Ramon. Hi, Drew from Italy. Does Motion Blue version 6 work for the Pi 3? The old version, yes. So there's two separate versions. There's going to be a Motion Blue version for the Pi 3 and then the Motion Blue for the Pi 3 Plus. So just make sure you're downloading the correct version. I'm going to go ahead and actually, I don't think I can link it because it's going to Arcade Punks. But basically, Arcade Punks has the Motion Blue version 6. There might be some other places as well. We got some Mario Kart. Mario Kart already plays pretty good. DS No BS, what's up, dude? How are we in this transfer? All right, I shouldn't have transferred the whole thing. We're already at 55%, and I'm averaging 10 megabytes per second. The peak seems to be about 14 megabytes per second. So we'll try those games out. Any Dreamcast games? So I don't want to do Dreamcast because then I have to set up my Rycast controls and everything else. I might do that in a later video. I just don't want you guys to sit here on live while I'm changing all my controls. And then there's the BIOS as well you have to add. It doesn't just boot easily. Somebody says, I think I'll stick to the old Pi just because of the fact that the new one can't use old images. That's the current case. I don't know if somebody's going to be able to find like a workaround or something like that or not. But yeah, you're right. There's a lot of really great images already out there for the Raspberry Pi 3. And we're going to see in a moment here, I'm just going to give you my predictions. My prediction is the games that would occasionally have a hiccup, those little hiccups are going to be a little smaller. The games that didn't run before, like Mortal Kombat on arcade, no way it's going to start running now. PSP games, maybe some of those games that were a little laggy can be played now. Dreamcast, maybe slight better performance, but Dreamcast still, for certain games, it's not gonna be much better. And the reason I say that is I've been testing the Dreamcade Replay, and that thing's way more powerful than this thing is. So I don't have high hopes for that. All right, we're at 80% now, guys. We're almost there. So for the So what I'm going to be transferring the N64, it sounds like I'm not going to do all of them just so they don't take forever. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the N64 thing right now, and I'll do Conker's Bad Fur Day, but I'm not going to be able to play the game. Or I could play the multiplayer. That's right. But the story mode takes forever to get past that original thing. So N64, we'll do Super Smash Brothers. I'll get Killer Instinct for Nintendo 64 because I know that one lags hard. We also got to try GoldenEye, right? I think 007 GoldenEye is a good one to test. The other thing that would be interesting to see is like, yeah, that is nice. So I'm going to bring you guys back to the computer really quick. Let's go back to the computer here. So something I really like about this is you can see it's transferring ROMs right now. We're at 96%, but I can still go into my Pi and I can still access directories. And to give you an idea is like on the old Pi 3, if you're on the network and you're transferring something like I'm transferring now, all these SNES games, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to also browse your Pi through the file directory at the same time. You actually can, but it was super laggy. Like it'd take you 5-10 seconds to do one click. And as you saw, there's a slight hiccup, but it's as far as network speed, you're seeing like 10x plus speeds. And you guys, I know you guys probably, if you're watching for the first time, you're not very impressed. But for somebody in my shoes, who literally, I'm downloading images and transferring images all day, I love it. I'm excited about that. What else do you want? Super Smash Brothers? Super Smash Bros. And Conker's Bad Fur Day? Conker's Bad Fur Day? Cruising USA, we could try that. That'll lag like hell. Cruising USA and Cruising the World. And Cruising Exotica. There's a lot of good games in C. What else did they say? GoldenEye, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Super Smash. Oh, I want to do Killer Instinct. Okay. Boom. All right, so we got some N64. I think that's good. We could try a MAME game. MAME. Neo Geo, all those games. Let's try Metal Slug. Let's see how Metal Slug runs. Metal Slug 1 through 5 through X. Copy. Neo Geo. So there's no pre-made images yet that I know of. For those of you that are like, oh, can I just get one already? We could try a PSP. Try like Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat Unchained. I don't know if I have my PSP emulator all set up or not. And maybe a PlayStation game. PSX, PlayStation. What's a laggy PlayStation game? Anyone? All right, we'll get back, and I'm gonna go back to the chat really quick, and I'm gonna get those PlayStation games. All right, so the PSP game is transferring. I'm going back to the Drew, why didn't you transfer the ROMs before the stream? Because I wanted to show you guys the speed. Plus, that's one of the great things about streaming, right? You got choices. Guys, any games on PlayStation that you think lagged before that we should try out? What up, Josh? People think that the Metal Slug actually lagged. That was just part of the thing. Okay. We're almost done transferring here, guys. I find it does hiccup a little bit. Is that really part of the experience? I'm trying to find a laggy PlayStation game. Would it be Wipeout? Wipeout XL. Let's try transferring that over. Vigilante? Did Vigilante lag? Let me try Vigilante 8 as well. All right, we're just about done transferring, guys. We're gonna transfer, reboot, and then we'll play some games, guys. And if you're watching this as a rerun, people that are gonna be watching this later, just fast forward. It's all good. Just fast forward. So as far as the speeds, I'm getting like 15 megabytes per second, I would say, is the average. I got one more game. It's transferring right now. We just finished Wipeout, and then now we're just transferring over Vigilante. Yes. Vigilante's at 10%, 20%. So it's just really quick here, guys. All right, let me go back to the chat. Hydro Thunder. Okay, now I got to do it. The Hydro Thunder too. Jeez, you guys. Hydro Thunder, got it. All right, we're almost there. All right, we're at 80%, and then we're gonna do Hydro Thunder, and that's it. I'm cutting you guys off right there. Last call. Oh, we just got a 20 megabytes per second. All right, so it kind of goes up and down. Oh, you're in luck. It's all done now. Okay, cool. So now we're back in our Pi. Let's go ahead and reboot it. So we're done on the network. So let's go ahead and quit. Restart system. This is another good test, is how long does it take to boot up the Motion Blue version 6 with the way we have it. The other thing is I'm using a SanDisk Ultra, SanDisk, what's it called? Insane Extreme. I'm using a SanDisk Extreme, so this is gonna load pretty much as fast as you can on an SD card. So yeah, that's pretty good. So all games, we're now up to 815 games. We got our Super Nintendo with our video snaps. So I can tell you right now, like this is about the same speed here that we're seeing here. But I think you guys want to see, where do you guys want to start? PlayStation? Let's try Hydro Thunder. Get this party started. Hydro Thunder. If you guys are interested in getting one of these, there's a couple links in the description. There's some places you can get them right now. Okay, accessing your memory card. No files to load. Okay, that's fine. All right, one player. Arcade mode. So these are all stock settings. Try Arctic Circle. Misbehave. Adafruit has shipping for only $5. Nice. Yeah, I didn't realize CanaKit was in Canada, but I just, at the time, the Pi Hut and Adafruit didn't have them for sale. They didn't have them for sale, so I freaked out. And, whoa. So I don't see much lag. Just a hard game to see in general. I don't have the additional graphics turned on either. I think you can turn those on, right, in RetroArch. Hell yeah. Oh, am I seriously in second to last place here? Oh, I'm not using my boost, that's why. Oh, there's my boost. Nice. All right, so I don't see this lagging much, even with these visuals, even with that boat and the icebergs. I'd say it's pretty good. All right, cool. CanaKit shipping too much, in my opinion. Yeah, it was, but guess what? I have a YouTube channel, and I gotta get this for you guys. I know I was talking to ETA Prime, and he was like, "Yeah, I found a place." He called around to like. To get it to work. So let's try Vigilante 8 really quick. I can't remember if Vigilante lags or not, but it seemed like it may have. Yeah, I think once this once the Pi 3 becomes on Amazon and you can get it on Prime and everything else. Wow, this one's running really good. This one looks really good too. I see zero lag here. Like, this is actually running amazing. Let's kill some boys. Oh, whoops. 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 Alright, so what am I doing here? Oh, there's some targets in front of me. I see one right here. Here we go. Oh, I got missiles to shoot. Got him. Did I get him yet? Can I slip through there? Nice. Got him. Let's blow up this bus. You guys should be dead. We're just going. Okay, so I just had I had like 4 different computers on that screen right there, and it seemed to run just fine. And then we'll do one more PlayStation, then we'll jump into Nintendo 64. All right, with the Nintendo 64, I think first let's just go straight into Killer Instinct and see, because that game it'll just be like massive lag. I feel like. What's up, Ted? What's up, Delusional? This looks so bad compared to Dreamcast. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's an older system. Okay, this is running fine too, I can tell you right now. Gotta love loading screens. That's what's so nice about PlayStation. PlayStation and Dreamcast had a lot of loading screens too. Alright, this game's running no problem. I don't have a gun. Get out my way. Alright, so this is running pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Alright. Alright, that's cool. Alright, you guys ready for Nintendo 64? Or do you want to do PSP here? Let's see if this is working. This will be interesting because this game's pretty graphically intense. I don't have a stick duo. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yes. Come on, let's get in the game. Alright, let's do some combat. Arcade style. Let's do some Tanya. Tanya's pretty buff. So far, so good. Uh-oh, we got some glitching there at the shadows. Oh, wow. This, you can see the lag. Oh, jeez. Oh. Uppercut, uppercut, up. Oh. Oh, nice. Let's get him with these swords. Okay. So, this is stock clock, no overclock. Correct. Correct. Alright. Let's do some N64. Yeah, I'll do some overclocking profiles in a second. Oh, I got my frames on, so that's good. So you can actually see the frames. It's actually running decent. So we can see that it's a little laggy already. Okay, so really laggy there. Okay, this is gonna be good because then we can Cruising USA, I think is gonna be massive lag too, but this way we can compare the two, you know? What should we do, guys? Should we do 1.57 or should we do 1.6 gigahertz on this overclock? Overclock now! No, we gotta see what it's like first without the overclock, because then we have nothing to compare it to. I mean, you can compare it to the old Pi 3. All right, we're gonna do this, and then we're actually only gonna do one more game after this before we overclock. Okay, so here you go. You can already see it's lagging like hell. 9 freaking frames, 7 frames. Okay, so that's enough to understand how laggy that game is. And then the last, which is a great one. Everyone wants to play GoldenEye. Just real quick, let's get through like half the first level really quick, and then we're gonna overclock. All right, guys. Okay. People are saying, should we go to 1.6 or 1.57? All right, let's do. I think my chat's like me. You know, I just bought this Raspberry Pi. You know, might as well blow it up the first second I have. 1.8, is that possible? No. I think 1.6 is going to be the highest, to be honest, to have any kind of stability. Do you guys want to watch this video? Usually it lags in the video a little bit. All right, getting 17 frames. Wow, this is pretty bad. 19. And again, guys, I haven't messed with the resolution or anything. You might be able to go into the emulator and get a little bit better performance. Oh, this is incredibly bad. Oh, did you see that shot? It wasn't even moving. All right, get out of my kitchen. Oh, there's a guy behind me. Oops. All right, I just want to get to this other room right here. Forget that guy. How laggy is this? People are like, water cool it, put it in the mineral oil. 1.69. All right, so you got to this scene. Okay, cool. So let's start select out. All right, so you guys saw PSP. If you made it to this point in the video, you saw PSP, Nintendo 64, PSX. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Quit. Shut down. Okay, and what if we go back to my computer? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm moving back to my computer here. Okay. Back on my computer where the green screen's probably all messed up, but it's all good. We're gonna go ahead and pull this out. Pull out my image here. Get some tweezers or use my non-existent fingernails. Find my SD adapter, which that's another freaking job in itself. Okay, we'll just try this adapter. Let's see if it works. All right. See, I don't think that adapter is going to work. It was like, no thanks. It's not going to happen. Not all adapters are made equal, guys. Whenever you need an adapter, that's when it, things don't work. All right, we're just trying to get our image into our desktop over here, into our laptop. Another failed micro SD adapter. I have this one faithful micro SD adapter, and it's missing. Oh, we could just do this. We can put it in this little USB thing. All right, that's cool. That's cool. What I'm doing is just putting this in here, and then we'll be in business. And I'm gonna put the USB in the computer. All right, that worked. See? Yeah, I don't care. Cancel. We're not formatting. Okay, so there you go. Now let's do config.txt. Where do you put it on this one? Oh, there we go, arm frequency. All right, we're gonna try this one, SDRAM Freak 500. Okay, I just wanna make sure nothing else is gonna mess with that, okay. Let's go ahead and save, yes. All right, boys and girls, let's go back to the Pi. All right, unplug it from our computer. We're going 1.6, might as well. Watch, it doesn't even boot now. All right, here we go. I'm plugging in 3, 2, 1. Here it goes. And to be honest, this heatsink is actually pretty warm before we even started overclocking. All right, we're it booted. So we're at 1.6. Let's see what happens. You guys think I should put the voltage up even higher? You guys are like, 1.6, no problem. We'll see, right? It looks like it's already crashed. Look at that, it crashed already. Didn't like that. Didn't like that one bit. All right, I gotta go lower, guys. It didn't take that. We were not successful there. It was not having it. It might be a voltage thing, as you guys said. But let's just see if we get it to boot with 157. How about that? All right, I'm plugging it back in. I'm just going to go to the 1.57 really quick. So it'll be 1.57 GPU at 500, core at 500, SDRAM 500. Let's go ahead and copy that, not format, open it really quick. I'm not going to show you guys because you guys saw it the last time, but this time we're just going a little lower. Open with. All right, save it. All right, we're done. Pull it back out. Take it out. Put it back in the Pi. See if it'll boot this time. And you guys are probably right. It probably has to do something with over voltage or just it's not getting enough of what it needs. So we'll see. Everyone's like, use Notepad. Yes, if you guys are savages, you'll use Notepad. You guys want me to take the GPU up to 600? Oh, switch to one demand unless shift key is pressed. Oh, do you have to hold shift while you boot for this to work? Do you have to hold shift for this to work? There's like some sort of governor on it. Do you guys read that? So if I hold shift, that was weird. So there's some sort of governor you had to get around. Did you guys see that? So I hooked up a keyboard and hit shift to get through that. Man, they're governing our cars. You can't go over 100 miles per hour, and now they're governing our Pi? What the hell? Okay. So PlayStation wasn't that big of a deal. I think we could skip PlayStation. Let's go ahead and start with the PSP. Check out our Mortal Kombat 1.57 now. What am I running at? I am currently running this at 1.57 gigahertz. It seems like it's running better. It could be that 1.6 didn't work because I wasn't holding shift or whatever. All right, so let's pick the same character so we're keeping it somewhat controlled experiment here. I think last time I let this play till we got to the bottom. Is that Spawn? We have to beat Doctor Strange first. How hot is this Pi? It's not too bad. It's not getting too hot. I think we could go up to 1.6 to be honest. But maybe that's just hopeful thinking. Alright, it's still laggy. I mean... I mean, marginally better. Her flips are pretty dope. Okay, so there's that. Put it in the oil. Okay, you guys. What? Did that not just not boot? That's weird. Okay, let's try GoldenEye. Oh, it's on some auto emulator. Maybe that's why. Let's try MuPin. Well, are you guys seeing this? What's it saying there? It had an issue loading shaders. Did you guys see that? That's weird. All right, so this is on MuPin. It's like default video mode. Let's try lowering the res. I don't know. It should work. And then let's go back to auto. Auto with a little lower res. Oh, cancel. Oh, they're saying it could be missing a config file. But it was just working a second ago. How weird is that? Could it be an unstable GPU? Huh. That's really interesting. But then that worked. Let's see if PlayStation works. It's really interesting that MuPin, this is still working fine. How weird is that? It was just work. We were just playing Nintendo 64. We rebooted the Pi. We overclocked. All right, so this is still working great. Okay, so that's working. What do I want to do? All right, here's what I want to do. I want to go ahead and I like to backtrack just to double check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put it back to stock clock and see if Nintendo 64 works, right? Because if we just do that, we can isolate the problem. That it was something that the overclock messed with it, right? That would answer a lot of questions, I feel like. All right, so let's go back down to 1.4. Look at that. Everyone wants the new Pi 3 to play Nintendo 64. And maybe no dice. Somebody's saying my SD card is corrupted. I don't think so, dude. This SD card's a savage. This is the extreme. I need to get the, what is it? It's something like pi equals, what's the stock config file? Armfreak equals 800. What's the stock one? Armfreak equals 800. Oh, I am running the GPU overclocked at 500. Huh. All right. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's Armfreak equals 800 is the stock one, right? Okay, let's delete that. So I just put it back to Armfreak equals 800. Let's go ahead and save. Okay, pull this out. So we're no longer overclocking the GPU, and we have the ARM frequency at all right, we're booting up. My N64 is most likely poop. Thanks. Yeah, I know you can SSH is much easier. All right, let's try this out. I want to go ahead and reset these defaults too. Auto. Oh, it did it again. Okay, so maybe it wasn't the overclock. Interesting. Does that mean you have to uninstall and reinstall the emulator? If it's a config file? Let's try that. Or is it the individual game? Somebody's saying just copy the ROMs again. I mean, I could copy the ROMs. It's very easily. That's easier than going through all this. Let's try that. All right, let's just copy those ROMs really quick. I'm just going to do one to make it really fast. I'll just do 007 or something. RetroPie, ROMs, Nintendo 64. All right, so I'm going to delete 007 and go ahead and transfer it. All right, let's go ahead and quit. All right, well, if hopefully this fixes it, and then we can go back to overclocking. Always the thing. Yeah, it wasn't stable on 1.6. We're gonna go back to 1.57 once we get, if we get the Nintendo 64 to work. Thanks, got him, bro. You're the best. All right, this is me retransferring the ROM for GoldenEye. Nope. Didn't work. Okay, so it's not the ROMs, guys. Really quick, let me just try reinstalling the MuPin really quick. I think that might fix it. So it just resets the emulator to the default. Because I don't want to go through the config files and everything on stream and check everything. So manage packages, main packages, MuPin 4 plus. Okay, update. Okay. Or I guess we have to remove and then re-update, right? Let's try removing and then re-updating just so we start from scratch. Okay. I'm not sure if that actually does anything versus overriding, but just in case. Okay, so we did that. Let's see if that worked. No, it's still not working. All right, I'm gonna have to mess with that some more later. One other test I wanted to do while I was here is one of the benefits of the new. I'll mess with that later, and then I'll be able to overclock to like 1.6 too. One of the other things I wanted to do was people love this Wii U controller, but it has ghosting button issues. And so one of the comments is with now that Raspberry Pi 3 B Plus has new Bluetooth at 4.2 versus 4.1, does the increased Bluetooth help this controller out right here? So we're about to find out. So let's go ahead and set this controller up. All right. What am I looking for? Oh, Bluetooth. All right, searching. Let's go ahead and put this on discovery mode. Let's see how easy this is. Sometimes this is easy, sometimes this is not. All right, got it. Okay. See, sometimes it doesn't connect. So you just got to do it one more time. The fixed controller had to wire them right on. Drew, for arcade projects, do you think it makes sense to buy a Pi 3 over my 1.3 gigahertz Pi? Probably not. No. I wonder why my keyboard's not working. Creating device failed. Blue error connection attempt failed. Page timeout. First of all, why isn't this keyboard working? Okay. Let's see if it's already displayed. It's not going for good for the Pi, huh? Okay, it is registered. But there's no active connections. Connect now to all registered devices. Could not be found. Oh, now it's blue. Now I think I am connected. Okay. The light just turned on after dinkering with it for like 5 minutes. Drew, tie-driven build. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I have a Team ZT one come. That's what I want. Yes. Okay, now we're registered. All right, cool. All right, now we're using our Wii U controller. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna now press cancel. Oh, because now we need to configure our controller. So then you go here, configure, yes, 2 gamepads. Now we got this Wii Nintendo remote. Up, down, left, right, start, select, A, B, X, Y, L, R. By the way, this Wii controller is pretty nice. All right, cool. So now we're gonna disconnect our other controller. Pull that out. Pull out our keyboard. All right, cool. All right, and let's play a. Let's try our Super Nintendo here. Let's try some. So far, this isn't ghosting at all. Actually, I probably should have picked a different game where you're pressing like a bunch of buttons at the same time. Probably like a Mario game where you like have to hold run and jump at the same time. So let's do S. I can tell you right now, this is so far nice. Okay, what am I looking for? I wanted not Super Mario RPG, but I wanted what's the one where you can play all the Marios in the same? I'm drawing a blank right now. Super Mario All Stars. That's what I want. All right, cool. Team ZT Bills is stable. P Dark's in here. He's like, Team ZT is my image, working 100%. Cool. I have it downloaded. I want to play with that next, but I want to do Motion Blue version 6 really quick. So let's try Mario Brothers 3. All right, let's check out these ghosting buttons. All right, so I can hold run and do all this at the same time. Man, this controller is so nice. For those of you that haven't played with this controller, the Wii U controller is freaking nice. It's super comfortable. It's wireless. You can get the generic one for fairly cheap, or you can get one of these used for fairly cheap. Oh, he jumps high. Oh shoot! Am I holding the wrong button to hold stuff? Whoa, whoa. Oh, I'm not holding run. I thought I was holding run. I'm not holding run. Was just playing this game. Oh, there's run. Okay, got it now. Run is Y, not A, not B. That's why I was jumping up so high. I was just playing jump. All right, see how much better I'm playing? I'm not that bad, guys. Here we go. Nice. Let's see if we can finish the level here with these non-ghosting buttons. Whew. So this is running really nice. And I believe the majority of why people have issues with this controller is because of the Bluetooth. And it's got extremely great battery life. It's affordable. It's great for Super Nintendo, Nintendo, PlayStation. You know, analog sticks are great. So that's a bonus. That's a bonus with this right here. What do I want to do here? I kind of want to just reformat this really quick and start from scratch again with this image, like super fast. Shuts down pretty fast. I kind of want to start over and put it at the 1.5 and then run it and see what happens. If you guys are willing to be patient, we can answer some questions while we're waiting. All right, so what I'm doing now is I am formatting my SD card. We're going to start with this Motion Blue again. We're going to overclock it out of the gate. What do I want? I want SD formatter. Let's go ahead and format it. Thank you, brother. I'll wait. You're worth the wait. Thanks, buddy. All right, so we got to do the G drive. Let's go ahead and get our G drive formatted. All right, cool. All right, we're formatted. Now I got Win32, and then, like I said, this is a SanDisk. This is a SanDisk massive, so G and Motion Blue. All right, cool. So I'm writing this. It's writing at 25 megabytes per second. We're already at 2% here. So let's just let this finish really quick, and we'll answer some questions. Drew, have you tried a Ryzen processor for emulation? No, I have not. To me, I have a really nice laptop, and there's no reason for me to have another computer. You know, I would rather put the $300 or $400 it takes me to buy a Ryzen processor and just go and buy like an Intel i7. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's like, I know some of you out there, that's a nice middle point and you want a dedicated emulation machine, and that's cool and all, but I would rather just have my main computer also have emulation on it. Personally, that's just me. And that's why I've been doing videos on this thing right here, the Dreamcade Replay and other devices, because there's like the price to performance chart. So like price to performance chart where, like, you know, the Raspberry Pi is pretty good for price for performance, but if you want more performance, the price goes like way up, right? Like Ryzen builds are, is it Ryzen? Anyways. What was I saying? The minute you jump up from like a Pi to that, you're talking like a $300 difference. So they're really not even, they shouldn't be compared, you know, at all, because you're just like, it's like light years away. Where like the NVIDIA Shield and the Dreamcade, that's a good comparison because they're within a couple $100 of each other, or even less. But like the Pi should be compared to the Tinkerboard. It should be compared to the Odroid and etc. And then when you get up to the, when you get up to the Ryzen processor, that's another whole thing to debate. All right, what percentage am I at? I'm at 30% so far, guys. 33%. So it's going pretty quick. We're 1/3 of the way there for a brand new Motion Blue build. So what's the game plan for the rest of the video? For those of you that stuck around, we're going to finish burning this image, and I'm going to put those Nintendo 64 games back on. I'm going to overclock it to start, put those games on, and try to load 007 Killer Instinct at the minimum. Okay, that's what we're going for before we end this video. To recap really quick, what we found out so far. Number one, the brand new Pi, because of those pins, not all heat sinks and things are going to line up correctly. That does have the power over Ethernet. It does have a way more powerful Ethernet adapter, so you can get way faster speeds when you're transferring and downloading. You can actually take advantage of your high-speed internets now. The brand new Pi, because of those pins, not all heat sinks and things are going to line up correctly. That does have the power over Ethernet. It does have a way more powerful Ethernet adapter, so you can get way faster speeds when you're transferring and downloading. You can actually take advantage of your high-speed internets now. The RAM is the same, the GPU is the same, the processor is just slightly increased in performance. So far, we've successfully got it to 1.57 gigahertz. The 1.6 gigahertz was kind of iffy. I think what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to overclock it to 1.57. This next build we're doing right now, that's already at 53% now, and go from there just to have like a stable point. We could try pushing to 1.6, but I really want to just get it to the 1.5 because I think most of you out there, that's what you're probably going to be pushing it to. So I want to get kind of that real weird what you can expect versus kind of the crazy, oh my God, can we make it happen? I'm more interested in the first one. And then on the Bluetooth, there was upgraded Bluetooth. So as you saw just a second ago, we were playing on the Wii U controller, and I wasn't having issues with ghosting buttons. Now, I didn't play for very long, so I don't think I fully gave that test as much as it needs. But I feel very hopeful. I really think that was a good help. Now, something to keep in mind with these Bluetooth controllers is if you have an aluminum case like I have here, I have this wicked aluminum case where literally all it is aluminum, you will get reduced Bluetooth because it blocks the signals. So my recommendation is that if you are going to go Bluetooth, that you go with a non-aluminum or metal case so you get better signal. Same goes for the Wi-Fi. Same kind of deal. All right, we're at 75%. We're at 75%, and I'm already going to copy and paste my overclock settings, so we're ready. All right, we're going to go 1.57 with the CPU and 500 gigahertz overclock on the GPU. All right, we're at 78%. Getting closer. Let's answer some questions while we're waiting. 1.6 was iffy because you didn't press shift. You want me to? All right, Craig. I'll do it to 1.6, buddy, but let's get it at 1.57 first. Drew, would you ever mess with the async ticket board? Yeah, I would, but I didn't buy it because I just don't see many people building images for it. And you know, I'm not like, I don't do my channel's not necessarily about single board computers. It's more about, like, I think it's more about, I want to do more things that are a little bit more mainstream. And so that's why I never really got into Odroid or whatever. And if I do something that's kind of niche, like the Dreamcade replay, I want to be like one of the only people that are doing videos on it. You know, so, and if I'm not making videos on it, would I personally use it? Probably not. That's the other thing, is I don't want to get stuff that I'm not going to use myself. The Raspberry Pi, the reason why it's still the reason why I prefer it so much over the Tinkerboard and why most people do is because of the community. A good example of that would be, you know, what David, Marty, and Dwayne Hurst are working on right now is they're literally working on bezel packs potentially that would give you a different bezel for every single game, for every single system. All right, we're done already. All right, so let's go ahead and open our config.txt. So, like, what, you know, nobody's doing that on the Tinkerboard, you know, thing. And they're still trying to make images work and things like that. So the support is, you know, the support is there. And that's a pretty big deal. Not that I think they're a waste of money or anything like that. Like, if you're into it, cool. All right, cool. All right, we can boot up again, guys. All right, here we go. We're about to boot up. Motion Blue, never booted up before. Fresh image. The reason I'm using Motion Blue is I'm a big fan of it. It's easy to use, drag and drop, stuff like that. A lot of pre-installed scripts. TeamZT does have another build as well. And I'll be playing with that in a later video, but I want to keep this video with Motion Blue themed because I know a lot of you are going to be using it. An unexpected error. Jesus, what happened to this time? Okay, so it says it needs a reboot. Failed to open, failed this. Please reboot. We're just having trouble left and right here, aren't we? All right, that one. Ooh. It's not liking this. Unable to handle kernel paging virtual. Wow. All right. You can do it. I know you can do it, little pie. Huh. It's not liking that. Let me try one more thing. Let me try messing with the clock a little bit here. Config.txt. Let's try 1.5. Because we really want to overclock here, right? If we can't overclock, you guys have already seen the... Oh, I was at 1.57. Let's just go 1.5 then. 1.5 is good. That's an extra 1.5 gigahertz. Oh, that is 1.5. Okay. Copy. Paste. Save. Cool. All right. Let's give it a whirl. We're now going from 1.5 to 1.7. If this doesn't work, I'll probably end the stream unless you want me to keep going, and then off stream I'll probably reload Motion Blue and try it again at the. What I think my next strategy if this doesn't work is, oh, we got a little farther that time. Yes, it is because I didn't drop it in the mineral oil. Okay, this is good. This is good. All right, we're past. We're past. Okay, cool. Okay, so let me go ahead and go my network, drop over 007 really quick. All right, cancel. All right, cool. All right, let's go to our network. Nintendo 64 on one side. We got our network on the other side. RetroPie, ROMs, N64. All right, so we're gonna do Killer Instinct and GoldenEye, correct? So let's do GoldenEye and okay, Killer Instinct. All right, cool. Maybe what's that game with a C that was lagging really hard? Cruising USA. All right, cool. We got those transferred over. Nice. I don't think it's... Does it go automatically? Nah. I think... What if we just... I don't know if we have to... I think if we restart Emulation Station, it might work without rebooting the whole system. It worked. All right. All right. Let's see if it works. I think it's working. Don't touch a thing. Drew, you must be high. Nope, sober. Sober as it gets. No alcohol or anything. Yeah, I'll have to check it out, dude. P-Dark, I'm going to give you guys some love for sure. It's on my list of things to do. But yeah, so if you guys are watching, P-Dark, Team ZT teamed up. I think, yeah, they teamed up. There's an image for the Raspberry Pi Model 3 as well. Seems like it's running pretty good. So this is 1.5. I can't really hear the sound though. Can you guys hear the sound? You guys can also rewind in the video and see like what the frames were like, because right now it's 40. But I can tell you right now, it's definitely playable. Like, it's decently playable. Like, I'm getting my combos off, even though I'm really bad at this game. All right, so that was kind of successful. Oh, you guys are getting no video? Drew, the screen is frozen. Yeah, it is, guys. Sorry about that. How do I fix this? Give me a second here. It is working. I'm sorry that you guys didn't get that. 1 second here. This is not good. Okay, so really quick, I'll be right. All right, stream resume. There we go. Here we go. We're at 1.5. That was my capture card. Sorry, guys. Oh, interesting. It was just working a second ago, and now it's not working. Ever since that's so weird. I wonder if that has something to do with my capture card. Oh, this is working now. Okay, GoldenEye's working. Okay, so this is what's happening is that once I launch the game and I leave the game, I can't go back into the game. That's so weird. Yes, this is the Nintendo 64. Yes, this is Overclock 1.5. Yeah, guys, it's still gonna be choppy. I mean, it's still. That's what I'm saying. Even at 1.6, you're not gonna want to play GoldenEye on a Pi. What I think you might want to do is you might want to play like Killer Instinct was finally playable. There are certain games on the catalog where they'll work okay. But is it running better than it was before? Yeah, it was slightly better. Yeah, see, Basic DOS is like, it's a hell of a lot better. But that's just it. Yes, it's a hell of a lot better. Is it playable? Kinda. Don't run them over. All right, cool. I mean, it was definitely running a little bit better. So this is at 1.5 gigahertz. Let's go ahead and shut down. And let's try it at 1. Before we end the stream. Let's shut it down. Let's go for the 1.6 gigahertz. Let's see if we can just get it to boot up. Now that we know we might have to hold shift on the keyboard or something. And see what we can do here. All right, we're putting in the computer. We're going big or go home. Was the GPU overclocked? Let me double check my settings here. Yes, it was. GPU was at 500. All right, so this time we're going 1.6 with the GPU at the same at 500 again. So that was 1.5 was this last gameplay. All right. There we go. I'm pulling it out of the computer. We're going to go put it in the Pi, power up the Pi. I might have to hold shift here like the governor, huh? All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, the GPU was overclocked to 500. All right, so the first boot, nothing. Second boot, holding shift. See if that helps at all. All right, it's loaded, but my software is not displaying this right now. So I'm gonna resume the stream. Just hold on, guys. Just wait for a second. I'm gonna resume the stream. All right. We booted. We're at 1.6 gigahertz, guys. We're at 1.6 gigahertz. So let me go ahead and play that Mortal Kombat game really quick, because I know I can get that to run. So let me transfer that over really quick, and then we'll mess with the Nintendo 64. And I think we need to transfer over some new Nintendo 64. 1.6 in the house. Yeah, we are. Try 1.8. I knew it. I knew it. The minute you go to 1.6, you're like, 1.65. 1.65. All right. I'm just going to transfer over that PSP Mortal Kombat game really quick. Let's get in here. Home. All right. We got Mortal Kombat transferring over, and then I need to do some more N64 games because I don't think they're going to load the other ones. We'll try, but we'll see. All right, we're transferring over that, and then we're going to transfer over the others. Okay, well, that's transferring. I'll read the chat. What's going on in the chat, guys? All right, so it would be annoying to have to push shift all the time. Yeah, I don't know if that shift thing was just that one boot. I don't know if you guys have been, you guys can't see it because, just so you guys know, the reason why the screen goes black is the Pi changes resolution between command prompt and when you're in emulation station. So the flickering between one resolution and the native resolution turns off my capture card sometimes. And a lot of capture cards have this issue. It's really lame. It's just part of having a Raspberry Pi. If you guys have been noticed, you guys might not have seen that, but every time it runs the command to boot, the boot commands, like I get different commands each time. So it's just like really kind of weird why it works sometimes and why it doesn't other times. So do know that it's not necessarily super stable yet, but we're paving the path here. We're trying it out. I asked David, there's an updated Motion Blue for the B Plus. He said yes it is, and that's what we're playing on right now. All right, we're just about done transferring this ROM. We're at 90% for Mortal Kombat. Yeah, my capture card was frozen. You nailed it, whoever wrote that. Yep, you guys know what's up. Yep. True, how much cooling do you have on the CPU? I have the, I'm just using the Kentaru, the Super Kentaru, that big heatsink on there. And it's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. I have one of those temperature guns, but yeah, the heatsink's probably 80, 90 degrees. Maybe less. Probably more like 80. Who knows? I need to get that machine to be more exact. Does it fit? No, you gotta rewind, dude. Rewind to the beginning of this video where I show you the heatsink. Okay, so a couple more Nintendo 64 games, just in case those ones don't work. What do we have? 007 is a good one. What's another laggy N64 game? New Tetris is a good one. That game lags. All right, let me get New Tetris over here. All right, and one more. We'll try Rush 2 Extreme Racing. All right, cool. All right, so we got some new games on here. Let's go ahead and restart. Quit. We're only gonna restart Emulation Station. Hopefully this doesn't crash. All right, we're doing it, boys. We're doing it. Here we go. We are now 1.6 gigahertz, 500 megahertz on the GPU. Let's see the performance. This is probably the best you're ever gonna get unless the emulator itself improves, which is when software improves, that's good stuff. How did I get the heatsink to fit? You gotta go back to the video, man. Go back to the beginning of the video. Rewind. Yeah, for those of you wondering, how did I get the heatsink to fit? I had to cut it with a piece of sheet metal shears, and it just sheared right off. And I'll show you it one more time at the end of the stream. Okay, just remind me, P-Dark. James Cook, oh, it fits. It sits. Is my pie on fire? Oh my God, you're right. No, it's not on fire. We're good. So the menus are really smooth, but when you get into the game, that's when it gets a little. So if you're just watching now, previously we did we did stock, and then we also did 1.5. We couldn't get 1.57 to work. And now we're just, going home with it, and we're just at 1.6. So here's 1.6. Watch, it crashes the minute I jump. I mean, it's it's not much better. And a lot of that has to do with this system. All right, so this is about the same. There's not a huge. Whoa, here we go. Oh, ouch. Grab him. There you go. Hit him with those. All right, cool. So we get that. All right, now let's try a N64. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's kind of the software. All right, so this is loading. So new Tetris, especially when you get to the Tetris, lagged on the old Pi. Now, I know I didn't play this on the stock Pi 3B Plus, but it'll be interesting to play this on a... So you'll see that this game does lag when you get... See, there you go. You got a little drop there. One of my favorite Tetris games on all of the Raspberry Pi. It's a lot of fun. It's a great two-player, by the way. But you see, you can already hear the music kind of lagging. See how you drop frames so fast? We got to do a oh, I didn't want to do that actually, huh? All right, let's do a Tetris, and you can see how much it lags when you do a Tetris. So that's when you get 4 in a row. Let's see if we can get 4 in a row here, peeps. I got to show you my mad Tetris skills here. We're almost there. All right, all we need now is a straight one, and then we can watch the lag happen. All right, come on, give me a straight one here. Oh, come on, give me a straight one. I'm just messing around now. I just want a straight one. There we go. We got one coming. You ready for this? Oh, we missed one. It wasn't too bad. Okay, so slight improvement there. All right, so like I said, I don't think GoldenEye is gonna run. Remember, if you load the ROM and then it doesn't want to load again, like what's up with that? It has to do maybe something with the config, because when you go in, it configures something, and then all of a sudden, yeah, see, it just booted and then unbooted. Okay, well, we can run Cruising USA because we haven't played that game yet on this image. Late to the party, N64, new Tetris. So, if you're just tuning in now, we did play Cruising USA, rewind a little bit. We did play this game on a stock Pi 3B Plus. So you'll be able to compare this to 1.4 gigahertz to what we're playing it now, which is 1.6 with a slight overclock on the GPU as well. So slight overclock on GPU and a pretty significant overclock on the CPU. Seems like this is running a little bit better. Oh, don't speak too soon. So, I mean, look at that. Like, when we were playing before, it might have said, like, 4 frames, so we gained, like, 1 frame per second. So you gain, like, 1 frame when you run. Which, I mean, is better than nothing. All right, one last game. And then I'm going to show you the heatsink that I ghetto rigged up. And unless you guys have any other questions, I do suggest you watch the earlier in the video. It's been an interesting video with some ups and downs, but overall, I think a lot of positives to be had. Too bad the music's choppy. Otherwise, I would enjoy the house music. Yeah, I hear you, dude. A lot of these games have great music. The other thing is I'm not optimizing any of these games. I'm playing at full resolution. All right, so that's that. Let me try. Oh, now I can't reload it because the other thing is you can try lowering the resolutions, but I can't do that now. I still got to fix a couple things. All right, so that's it. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down so I can pick up the Pi and not make it, do a hard shutdown on it. Oh, there's my memory card. Okay, and I'm going to pull this Pi up. Cool. Yeah, it's skipping frames. All right, back to the green screen in the back. Here you go. Here it is. How did I do it? There you go. I just cut it off right there. I wonder if that piece is on the ground somewhere. When I cut it, it kind of jumped. There it is. So I don't know if you guys could see that, but here's the piece I cut off. It did have the little mounting hole that lit up like right there. I just cut it right there, because you now have these GPIO pins right here. So I could have either cut off the GPIO pins or cut off one of the mounting points. And I guess one of the disadvantages is now it's not 100% mounted. Here, let me turn on the light right here. There we go, boom. Lots of light. All right, one of the disadvantages is it's not 100% mounted. It doesn't have that mount, so you only have the 3 mounts, 1, 2, and 3. But it's stuck on there, like really good. And then as far as the case, it should close now as well, so I can still... Oh, actually, no, I can't. I need to solder those off before that fits, but eventually it'll fit. like a little Super Nintendo. But right now, I need to solder. I need to cut this a little bit because I have the screws. I have these screws in right now. I need to put this top on and then put the screws in. But I really just wanted to keep this open so I could see the heatsink and touch it. But yeah, you could definitely get this to work. The reason why this heatsink doesn't work is just because of those GPIOs, those new GPIOs on this thing. The other thing is that the heatsink doesn't line up with the wireless network card either. But it does match up with the processor, which is the most important thing. All right, guys. So with all that, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you all. I know Basic DOS Guy, FTB Craig, Snuff, you guys were in here for a long time. Appreciate you guys joining in and hanging out. So with all that said, let me know if you guys got any questions. I'll be making a couple other videos on the Raspberry Pi 3B+. I'm still going to be doing image reviews and things on the regular Raspberry Pi, and I'm also going to be doing image reviews on the new Raspberry Pi. So I'll just make an effort in differentiating when I do make a review, like, hey, this is for this one, and hey, this is for this one, and whether they're backwards compatible or not. Right now, I don't think they are, but who knows? That may change in the future. To recap, if you're just watching the video now or you made it to the end and you kind of skipped through, what you may have missed is we started off, we did an unboxing. We then set up Motion Blue version 6, kind of showed you how to do it all. We then booted it up with a stock clock and we played some games, saw how they perform, things like that. We then tried to overclock. We were kind of successful, kind of not. We then tried by the way, when we were setting up Motion Blue, we did test the network speed. Network speed was way nicer than before. We then reformatted it and added another Motion Blue, and this time tried to overclock again. Again, some sort of difficulties, things like that, but we were able to get it to 1.5 gigahertz. We then played some games at 1.5 gigahertz, which is 1 gigahertz over, and the GPU was also overclocked slightly as well. Then, towards the end of the video, after we did all that, and we also did a Bluetooth version 4.2 test on the ghosting button issue on this thing. And then finally, finished it all off with a successful 1.6 gigahertz boot. No crashing, but I was having some issues within the emulator for N64. My closing thoughts were, it's everything I thought it would be. I think there were some delusional people out there that thought this was going to be some game changer. It's not necessarily a game changer. You're not going to see these big boosts in performance. We really do need a Raspberry Pi 4 for that. Or you need to go buy an NVIDIA Shield or buy a Dreamcade or buy a Ryzen processor or use a laptop. If you really want Nintendo 64 or Dreamcast. And then when you're talking GameCube, yeah, no way in hell. So just have realistic expectations. If you already have a Raspberry Pi 3 and you're happy with it and you don't play much Nintendo 64, there's no reason to upgrade in my mind. Like, none at all. If you do transfer a lot of ROMs or you're loading and unloading images all the time, there might be a reason to upgrade. If you're going to go buy another Raspberry Pi 3 and you have the cash today, I would still buy the older one because you can readily get them for $30 to $35, where these you have to pay a little bit more. But if its price is the same, I would obviously go for the one that is a little nicer. So those are kind of where I stand on the topic. Let me know what you guys think. That's just what I think. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Any last things? Yeah, thanks guys. Thank you all. Yeah, the boost in the Ethernet is nice. Again, all this is nice, especially considering the price hasn't gone up. The other thing that I haven't said in any of my videos yet that you may have missed is Raspberry Pi did put in on their listing of production dates. And the Raspberry Pi 3, the old Raspberry Pi 3, not the B+ that I've been using. So here's my Raspberry Pis. I got the old one in an aluminum case and the new one. The old one, they said in their announcement, they're not going to stop making this until year 2023. So that to me means that these are still going to be readily available. You're going to be able to get parts for them. People are still going to be making videos and content for them. So don't be in a hurry to go run out and buy a brand new 3B+. I'm really happy that they're not discontinuing this. But with all that said, I'm actually a little upset because now we have these two, and both are in production, and both are not leaving production until 2023. So what does that tell me? It's going to be a damn long time until you see that Pi 4. So think about that.